Welcome to After Effects, ladies and gentlemen. And now what you can see right now is the first welcome screen that you're gonna get once you open After Effects. And now as you can see here, it's welcome me. It's saying, welcome to After Effects, Carlos. So in your case, it's probably gonna have your name or the name of your company. And you can see that this is just a welcome screen. It's just another panel. Now in this panel, you can go to home. You can learn from some of the tutorials that you have in the Adobe website. You can sync your settings from the actual Creative Cloud. You can create a new project or you can open an existing project. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't use this window at all because I am used to use After Effects for I don't know, 16, 15 years, something like that. So I am used to just work the way I used to work before this window was created. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press this option and I'm going to close it. And now you can see that I am inside After Effects. Now inside After Effects, what I can do is just get all of the different commands from this main menu. All of the things that you have in After Effects are kind of accessible from this area. Okay, you can access to them by using some of these commands. Now some of the things are easier to find in other areas, but I mean the major kind of things are going to be always inside this region. Now I don't want you to use these menus because they're gonna make you lazy. They're gonna make you lazy and you're not gonna get efficient. So what I want you to do is to learn and remember the shortcuts. That's gonna be our first #1 rule, all right? Remember your shortcuts. Now what I mean by shortcuts is that let's say that we want to create a new project or we want to use or save this project. So if I want to create a new project, what I can do is just go to File, for example, and I can create a new project. And I can do it by just pressing this main menu called File. Then I go to New. Then I have this option where I can go and create a new project. And I can say, I want to create it by pressing Control-Alt-N. And that's my shortcut. That's the thing that I want you to remember. Now, if you're using a Mac computer, you know that you have a trick in here where you have to use another, just another name for your keys. In this case, Command and, the trick. But 3 different keys, and you're going to be able to create a new project. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to press Control-Alt-N. Well, I'm not going to do that because if I do that, it doesn't make sense. So I have the new project, and you know that you can do it by pressing Control-Alt-N. I don't want you to remember this, but I want you to remember that you have to press Control-Alt-N. And if you do that, you're going to be a lot faster. So you're going to be really efficient using After Effects. And I am not talking about just this one, because I mean, for a lot of different things, we're going to have shortcuts. And if you want to do something, imagine that I am working and then all of a sudden I want to go and create a new window. I'm going to be and just looking for the window, and then I'm going to say, okay, I want the metadata or I want the paint. So I'm just going to go and do this, and then I'm going to go back, keep working, and then I want to save my project. So I'm going to go to File, then I'm going to be in Save, and I'm going to be clicking like that. And that's going to make me lose a lot of time. Now, it doesn't look like that because you are like, okay, Carlos, you are just saving a couple of seconds. But believe me, if you are working for hours, let's say that you're going to be sitting in your computer for 8 hours per day in a long project that's going to take you 1 month to complete. Well, that's a lot of time. And believe me, sometimes I have been in the computer working for 12, 14 hours, and I'm just like that. I don't really care about what's going on, but you get a lot more faster, you become more efficient, and that's something that I want you to do. Remember your main shortcuts. Now, I don't recommend you to work a lot. I'm talking about when I have a project that I enjoy so much that I don't want to move from the computer. For a lot of people that play video games, you probably will understand what I mean. If you are doing something with a lot of passion and you are just, with that, all your creativity and everything is, you're putting all of your attention into that project like you're in heaven. And that's what happens here. Now, what I'm going to do here is we created a new project, but you can see that we already have a project because when you have all these things active, like this, where you can just press and see all that, that means that we have a project and we can just, we can start working inside After Effects. Now, another thing that I want to do is I want to save this project before we bring something in here. Now, in order to do that, you can go to File again, and you can save it by pressing Control S. This is another important shortcut. So remember, if you want to create a new project, Control Alt N, Command, if you are in a Mac, Command and Alt N, and then if you want to save the project, you have to press Control S. Now, right now, I am not able to press Control S, or I am not able to click on the Save option in here because I haven't done anything. So my project is just empty and is the way it comes by default. So After Effects is like, what are you doing? Why would you like to save this project if you have nothing in here? So, well, we're gonna say, you know what? I want to save it anyways because I want to show them how they can save their projects. So I'm just gonna go here and click on this option called Save As, and you can see that I have another shortcut. Now, this one is not that important because I mean the one that I want you to remember is this one, Control S. But you know, just add the Shift key to this one and you're done. So I'm gonna press this option, and that's going to help me to go and navigate inside my folders. And now what I can do here is I can give it a name. So in this case, I'm just going to say this like 01.01. Dash, and then I'm going to say intro. Okay, I'm going to save it like that. So that's the name, and I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to save this project now with that name. Now, on top of your main menu, you're going to see a line of text that allows you to see the name of your project and where it is located, where it is saved. And you can see that in my case, well, you don't see it because I don't have it inside this region, but it says 01.01 and then the name that I give it. Now, this is now a project that I can use, and I can access to it by just going into my system, and you can see that I have it in here, and right here, that's the name, and it has this little icon. That means that it's an After Effects project, and I can start using it. Now, inside this folder called After Effects, I have this other folder called Assets, and you can see that I have these Photoshop file that says Master After Effects. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to bring it all the way into this panel, and I'm going to release, and you can see that I'm going to bring that option, and it's Master After Effects PSD. This is the actual file from Photoshop, and it's asking me how I want to import it. Right now, don't worry, I just want to import it as a footage, and I'm going to click on OK, just because I want to have something in here to show you. So I'm just going to take this object, and I'm going to create a new composition with that. So I'm just going to drag this in here, or you know, I can drag it in and release it right here, and that's what is going to happen. So now I have this window, we have something inside our interface, and this is going to become a little bit more kind of appealing to the eye, where we can see something happening. All right, and so the first thing to keep in mind is that we have a main menu right in here, and that's what I was showing you. Everything, almost everything, is going to be able, is going to be accessible from this menu. So if you want to find your effects, they're going to be here: layers, composition, animation, views, your windows, your panels. Everything is going to be inside this main menu. Now, there's some other things that we're going to get access to by using some other tools that we have inside our interface, but I mean the main options are going to be here in the main menu. Now, after that, what we have is our toolbar, and you can see that we have all these little cool icons, and we're going to be using these as our tools, and we're going to be able to use them in order to manipulate a lot of things inside our layers and our footage, and you know, our videos or our plates, whatever you want to call them. We're going to be using this in order to manipulate our images. Now, that's the toolbar, and you can see that now it goes all the way until this other section where you see this default, learn, standard. These are just different names for different type of viewports or different type of layouts or workspaces. Now, in this case, I'm using the standard one, and that's the one that we are using, and that's the one that I like to use because it's the one that is similar to the way After Effects was at the beginning of its creation. Well, actually, well, not the very first one, but you know, kind of what it started, and that's the one that I like to use. Now, after that, after this toolbar, we have this project panel, then we have this composition panel, then we have the information panel, we have the preview panel, we have effects and presets panel, we have the paint panel, which is this one. I brought it by mistake. I actually didn't want it, so what I can do is just click in here and I can close this panel just like that. And then we have our timeline, and where we have our layers and all the cool and important things that we're going to be using inside After Effects. So that's basically what we have. We are going to stop right now in this lesson, and we're going to jump and into in the next one. We are going to start looking at the different panels. We're going to talk about them in with a little bit more of time, and I'll see you there. I will see you there. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye bye for now. Hasta la vista, babies.